Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with a little bit of a challenge with some racing, so to speak. Now, currently we can't do team adventures in this game. We can't do private ones, they're not a thing. I think there's something that's coming later on, but at the moment we can't do them. However, for this, we're kind of acting as if it is a team adventure, as in we've built a car and we're going to use the same car across multiple disciplines, tarmac and off-road and everything. The rules for this is we're building the cars to A class, and they have to all be diesel powered. You see, there are a bunch of new options in terms of engines, and yes, the Viper, the Monaro, my Mustang, all of this lot is powered, including the RCF, the Corvette. The names aren't loading because Forza's broken again for us tonight. Wonderful stuff. I don't know who is going to show up when we actually get racing. Everything here is powered by a diesel engine, because the engine from the Ford Super Duty, what's the F450, the pickup truck, can actually be swapped into a lot of cars, and a lot of unusual ones, like some of the classic muscle cars. In fact, I was sort of expecting this to be filled with classic muscle cars. In fact, everyone's had a similar idea to me and gone for something a little bit out there, including the RCF, the Maloo, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, everything here is diesel-powered. We've all got basically the same engine. We're going to see how it goes. Of course, there is some more, well, some differences to Horizon 5. In terms of how the builds are going to pan out, we're not really sure. I've got all-wheel drive and rally tyres on my vehicle. I'm planning to be good overall. My tyres should be pretty grippy for this sort of stuff, and they should be okay off-road. They're not going to be as good as the off-road race tyres. However, these use a lot more PI, which means I'm going to be down on power compared to a fair few of the cars. I'm trying to figure out what Longbow's got in terms of tyres. Oh, we're going to be on the outside there. I don't want to be there. I mean, everything here is going to be quite heavy. The diesel engine itself is a relatively heavy unit. Oh, I might have put Blakey into... might have squeezed Blakey into the back of a Maloo. Probably not what Blakey was after. Oh, we're going to try and go around the outside of the HSV. Oh, God, Lexus turned up. There's a Lexus and there's a BMW, and the Monaro's out wide, and we're going to come past. Oh, I think the BMW missed a checkpoint. So my vehicle is going to be a little bit of a weird one. I fear my vehicle is going to be a classic Alex build of being fairly competent everywhere, but not going to be fast enough to win anywhere. It's going to be, you know, a top 3 or 4 car on most circuits, but something off-road tired is going to be faster off-road. Something either slick-tired or... I think the Lexus is on semi-slicks at least. It's probably still rear-wheel drive, so it'll be terrible off-road, but it's not going... but it's going to be quick here. So we'll see, really. This is also a little bit of a test to see how the tyres might fare while we're all driving a funky engine, because it's... Corvette, Lexus RCF, a Dodge Viper, and SVT Mustang, all powered by a diesel. It's very silly, and I like it. I love having wacky options in my games, I've said many times before. And, yeah, this is the sort of wacky options. Oh, the Corvette's in trouble. We can carry good speed through here. Oh, poor Viper. The Lexus... oh, God, I didn't even see the Corvette in the smoke there. Bloody hell, the Lexus was... I was just about to comment on the amount of smoke pouring off the Lexus, and in the smoke was a Corvette. That's a new thing. That's a thing I didn't expect to have to think about, really. That Corvette is quicker than me down the straight, there's no doubt about it. We'll cover the inside at turn 1, but I think the Corvette's got a little bit more grip than I do, possibly. Some big old tyres on the back of that Corvette. We'll fall back to 4th. The Maloo's pretty quick, actually. Don't know what tyres it's going to be running, but that's the thing. It does seem to have some good speed. We're going to dive to the inside of the Corvette. I can't quite get the power down on the exit. The Viper, not surprised to see the Viper be quick. Naturally, that is a pretty good car. We're not going to be able to do anything through here. Oh, Liam hit the tyre bundle. I've hit that one myself. It's annoying. We've gone through ghost mode and Longbow's in the wall. Ah, no! Just as we were going to make up a place on the Lexus, Longbow gets unlucky and we're held up in all of that. The Corvette does not like that corner, which makes me think the Corvette might be on off-road race tyres, possibly. The more extreme off-roady tyres. That corner there is so... I don't know whether there's a little bit of lag for Liam or what it is, but it just hides the Corvette in the smoke through that corner. I've got to really pay attention to where Longbow is. Through there. What have we got behind us? We've got the Monaro and the Ute. The Ute wants to have a look at turn 1. You know what? You're going to be on a really tight line if you're going to try and make that one work. I'm going to cut back underneath for the exit, and the Ute cannot make it work. I was really worried I was going to get caught up. Unfortunately, if I fight too much with the Maloo, I think we're going to lose... I think we're going to lose out, sadly, to that Corvette here. I just don't think we quite have the pace. Definitely don't have the pace of the Viper. However, this should change when we go off-road, I think we're going to see different cars ahead of us off-road. But, oh, Liam's done it again! No. That is not what Liam was wanting. We will bounce over the curbs there. So this section of the track my car is pretty quick at. It won't be as quick as the cars on slick race tyres and everything, but it is good enough through there. We're definitely a little bit better through these turns than that Corvette. The Maloo is not far behind. Will the Lexus... I think the Lexus is a little quicker in places, but it's made a couple of mistakes in it. I don't think it's going to be close enough to do anything this time around. That Maloo is damn fast, even with the rubars on the front. We are going to be fast through turn 1. I don't think the Maloo... it's taken a lot of speed. It was almost out wide. It was almost in trouble through there. We are very late on the brakes down here. Get the Mustang stopped and turned. I think we're safe from the HSV now. Yeah, the only chance we have catching a longbow is if the Corvette makes a mistake, basically, through here. This is the section where I am strongest at. Careful of the tyre on the outside there. That is going to catch out so many cars. Races. I've hit it, Liam's hit it. I think a good few people have hit it already. What's gone on? Why did my car just stop steering? What the hell, game? We're going to lose third because the game just decided... My controller didn't even disconnect. What the hell happened? Why did my car just go straight? Something weird happened. I've not come across that one before. I thought I was lagging out or the console was about to shut down. I think we're still just going to hold on to third. That was super weird. I don't know why that happened. I'm going to reconnect... my controller's wired into the Xbox at the moment. It's not even like it's on wireless. I'm going to replug that in before we go to the next race because that was nearly very costly. The Mustang did what I wanted it to, really. It was quick. The Lexus was fast. Bloody hell, the X6 was really fast, despite missing a checkpoint. I think that's on race tyres. I think that's a very tarmac-built weird thing. Okay. Yeah, the Mustang's pretty good. Just going to see if it can continue. I thought it was on those off-road race tyres. It's going to be an interesting one, I think. We head off-road for our next race. It's a little bit raining. This is not the most extreme of off-road circuits. It is, I mean, it's half tarmac, half dirt. The dirt stuff doesn't look terrible. I'm going to be curious to see how things pan out here. We're going to expect the Corvette to be fast again. If that has got the off-road race tyres, it seems to be doing pretty good on the tarmac. My car will be quick on the tarmac bit. I think I'm going to, again, probably be about the same place. Could be wrong, though. We don't really know what we're going to see. Rear-wheel drive cars will struggle a little bit more around here from whatever might be rear-wheel drive. We'll blast ourselves off the line down towards this first corner. I think we're going to see, yeah, all sorts of different things go on. The Maloo, I don't think, has off-road tyres. That would be my guess. Or any sort of off-roading based tyre. I'm not sure what amount of speed I can take through these corners. Now my vehicle is, I believe, likely to be lighter than that of Ewan's Monaro. I think that's got a chunk more power. It's about 700 horsepower, but if you've got that level of upgrade, your car is not going to be able to have got the weight reduction. Of course, the diesel engine is quite heavy. I don't know if the off-road race tyres, what they're like on the tarmac when it rains. There does seem to be some differences. Certainly with like the slick tyres, there is some differences. I'm going to do a video looking into it more because it's only sort of anecdotal information that I have at the moment. The Monaro is gone. The Corvette is quite gone in this. What can we do back here? You see, I know my tyres add a fair bit more PI than the sort of full-on off-road race tyres. Oh god, which is another reason why the Monaro can get a little bit more power. It's a real balancing act, and as I said, I think it's going to be a very different balancing act from what we've seen in the past. So far, it looks like the off-road racy tyres might be the way to go on certain cars. The Mustang's not terrible, though. With these engines, I would probably never build the cars like this. I don't think I would ever likely choose to use the diesel engine. It's a fun option that we can do things like this, but I realistically don't think it's going to be a common swap, so to speak, for a team adventure. Now, that's not to say that there's not going to be something that is monstrously fast. With it, there probably is. That TVR is getting menacingly close. Ewan has lost out the lead of the race. He's actually starting to fall back towards the Mustang here. Now, the TVR... So that TVR starts off in S1 class. It can get dropped down to A class because of the diesel. The diesel is a lower PI. It's heavier and slightly less powerful. But you do not get very much room for upgrades. I don't know what tyres the TVR is running, and I think it's rear-wheel drive. So this won't be the worst circuit for rear-wheel drive out of everything, because your traction, you're mostly up to speed. You've not got really traction zones on the dirt. We're going to follow Ewan. Maybe hit it a little less extreme. We're going to lose out, though, to the TVR. I'm kind of hoping now the TVR is going to be chasing after Ewan and slow down that Monaro in getting past it, if that's what happens. If it's going to get past the Monaro, slow it down on the way through, let me catch up so we can try and get our Mustang back on the podium again. The Corvette's got the lead, it's not vanished off at the front, and as the TVR hit the wall, we're right back behind it again. Us four have got the cars that are working off-road, it seems, very much so, working off-road here. We're going to try and chuck it through there. I can't quite carry the speed of the Monaro or that TVR, but I don't hit the wall this time around. Corvette has been caught a little bit this time. Vauxhall runs wide, the bush is knocked over, the tree is knocked over. Come on, I'm weirdly cheering on the car that's just overtaken me, because I do think the Griffith has more pace than I do. It very clearly looks like it has more pace than I do. So I want it to go hunting down a Monaro to give me a shot at a third here, because I feel like that's a better shot for me than trying to find a way past the TVR. Or if the TVR get past the Monaro and make a mistake and I can get both of them, that would also work quite nicely for me. Carry speed. See, none of us really know these circuits. We have a rough understanding of these circuits, of course. We've driven them a few times, but certainly don't know where we can get away with quite what we can get away with everywhere and all that sort of stuff. So we're still learning a little bit as we go. What bits are going to be flat, what bits we can get away with cutting, and where we can take slightly wider turning angles and that sort of thing. It's all very, very close for second now. Just lacking that power in this. The 485 or something I've got in this is just not enough compared to the cars ahead of us. We're not doing too badly through these corners. Okay, we haven't got an answer for the Corvette, that is gone. And I do think maybe the off-road race tyres, for how we tend to work these sort of things, might be the way to go. But again, we're going to find out. We've actually got a really good run on the TVR. I'm not sure where we're going to get it. I need the TVR attacking the Monaro again. I don't want the TVR, unless I'm going to be able to pass the TVR, I don't want the TVR in my way, basically. We're going to try... Can we get a better run down the start-finish straight? TVR is all over the place. We might be able to get it here. We do. That'll be a third place for me. I mean, we're kind of... By being, I say, a little bit more consistent and by not brushing the wall, we are keeping up here. We're putting a fight up in the Mustang, which I am pleased about. Ewan is really struggling with this corner. The Monaro is terrible through there. I don't know why. I'd expect the Vauxhall to be good on the dirt sections. Come on, Mustang! Don't brush the wall. I can't afford to lose any more time. There we go, nicely does it through all of this. Okay, we pulled a little gap back to the TVR. Keep the Griffith behind, if at all possible. Again, don't miss the checkpoint. I messed that corner up, I turned in too soon. It's annoying. TVR is not quite going to hit the wall. Beansed it myself there. Ewan is sliding, bit of understeer struggling through there. The TVR is doing a great job keeping up in a rear-wheel drive in all of this. As I said, it's not the worst circuit, but still you could see the Griffith struggling for grip in places, but it's just got the drive out of the corner that I don't. The acceleration out of the corner. I'm also probably driving this engine like a petrol engine, just because that's so ingrained in how I drive the cars. Oh, we're going to bump the wall as well. We're not going to be able to do the sneaky pass that we pulled off last time around. Our only hope is that TVR brushes the wall. It is slow on the run to the finish line. Come on, Mustang! It's not going to be a podium. It was close. It was close, but not quite. Not quite. Oh, we were given a third. Why were we given a third? What? Forza, what have you done? I didn't beat the Griffith. I can tell you that much. Oh, so that bug's back as well. I mean, this time it benefited me, but definitely did not beat the Griffith in that one. We snuck to third. Not deserved. It was a big battle for second and back. We did get a slightly faster lap than the Vauxhall, not by much. Couldn't match the Corvette, though, in all of that. It was an entertaining race. That much is for sure, though. We are back onto a tarmac circuit, the lookout circuit for our next race. Just looking at tyres on various cars there as we were loading in, and I spotted the Griffith is definitely on the off-road race tyres as well. So I was the car on rally tyres fighting the fight in that one. I don't know how many other ones. I might be one of the few on rally tyres, actually, in this. We shall see. Oh, that BMW. The BMW was monstrously fast at the first tarmac race, only it didn't fight at the front because it missed a checkpoint early on. I think that might vanish in this one. To see how it goes, but I think that one might vanish. This track should be interesting to see how we fare with our tyres here, because we are a bit more tarmac based, weirdly, than some of the cars that have been quick so far. So it might be, you see the Corvette just can't carry the speed here, so we might be able to put on a decent fight in all of this. We will have to wait and see, though, of course, how it goes. The RCF, we're expecting that to be fast here. The Colorado is up on the outside, is going to run out of grip. I think, not Colorado, sorry, Raptor. I don't know, I thought I saw a Colorado, I might have misread it somewhere. They're not stopping. Hello. Oh no, the Raptor is going to get to the inside of us, and then we're going to get boxed in behind a Monaro. And the Ford played that one very clever. It got the pass on us, and yeah, it got to the inside. Oh Christ, there is a wall in the cloud of smoke, and we got bounced around and lost a whole heap of positions. Yeah, okay, so the smoke is actually a bigger problem than I was expecting it to be, and I didn't really think about that being an issue, but you legit can't see in places. You can't see where the wall is, you can't see a car at times. They can be just hidden in the smoke. We're going to go around the outside of the Corvette, and we will have the grip to make that one work. Now, Ewan is struggling with that Monaro here as well. I think the Raptor's missed a checkpoint in all of this. So, the BMW leads as expected, the RCF is up there as well. The Chevy sedan is going to come under fire from the Viper. We're going to run this in around the outside of the Monaro here, and that should work for us. It does. Can we chase down? Can we chase down? It's going to be really for third is that I'm going to be looking for here. Don't think I've got an answer for the top two, and even if we did, they're so far gone after a scruffy start by me. I don't have got an answer for the Viper here, to be honest. It's going to fend off from the Corvette. The Monte Carlo's on the way up. Now that's on the vintage race slicks that car can get, so that's on completely different tyres to everything else. Or, yeah, actually it will be to everything else that's in here. We've got crazy amount of speed on the... Oh, that was a little bit rude. I'll be honest on that one. I wanted to try and get to the inside because that car was really struggling to turn. If I can let it pass, we'll have a lift here. There we go. We'll let it pass. As that was a little bit of a rude overtake by me. We kind of diagonaled it and punted them into the wall. We should be able to just drive clean past it. There we go. That's much more like it by me. We will take that pass, slow it down. This is where those off-road race tyre cars are going to hurt. It's where the Monte Carlo is going to be fast. God knows what the PI does for those. I think tyres are going to... We're already kind of seeing it here. I think we're going to have... That's going to be a bigger part of these multi-surface adventures. Because, yeah, it's difficult to get a car that's going to work absolutely everywhere. I think you're going to have to specialise, or you're going to do what I'm doing here and kind of sit around third and fourth. There might be some vehicles that are exceptional that you will get working everywhere, but I think we're already seeing in this there's kind of enough variety to cause trouble, which is what we want. Which is what we want to see. The BMW continues to lead from the RCF. We've definitely not got the pace of that Viper either. We might have a little bit of a lonely race. Yes, admittedly not helped by a slightly janky start and not being able to clear like the Chevy particularly well. Let's get the car turned. Oh. A little bit janky. A little bit of understeer. Right, are we being caught by that? I think the problem is the Corvette will catch us here and then turn one so quick that it's just, what is it going to do? It can't maintain the speed through here that the Mustang can. I mean, I'd be a little concerned about the TVR. The TVR's going to be in the same boat. It's just not going to physically have the grip through here that the Mustang does. Yeah, you can see that's a huge gap that we can pull on the Corvette. So as long as I don't do anything stupid in the final sector, I don't think it's going to be able to outrun us to the line. I think the Viper's actually catching the top two in all of this. We'll be on the brakes here and get it slowed. The interesting, the Monara is falling away to the back. I don't know whether that's just struggling for pace around here or whether a mistake dropped that car down the order. It looks like, oh, controller. What the hell is going on with my car? Did I ride? I mean, I ran in there a bit fast. I didn't think I ran in that fast though. Bloody hell! It felt like it just stopped turning again. That's not as egregious as the previous time, and again we get away with it. I swear that car was turned. This controller is pretty much brand new. It shouldn't be doing weird things like that. Okay, lap times. That's the bit that I was slightly more curious about. Yeah, BMW, Lexus, Viper, all very close. The Corvette a little faster than me, although we're similar to the likes of the Griffith, and that sort of mid-pack battle. It's another consistent result, but yeah, the slick-tired BMW, very quick on the tarmac, that's for sure. We head to the Caldera Scramble. That's a slick-tired pickup truck I've just noticed. I love how the cars and off-road race tyres are a Corvette, a Monaro and a Griffith. I'm on rally tyres and the two SUVs are both running bloody slick tyres. The X6. Oh, the SUV, the X6, the Raptor. There wasn't a Colorado, I don't know why, I thought I saw one somewhere, but yeah. Oh well, it's Forza for you really, isn't it? We do like our mad builds here, and the slick tyres are clearly working on the BMW for its sort of specialist events, if you like. Well, let's see what we can do here. I mean, I think the best we can hope for is maybe cause, you know, one of the off-road race tyre cars some trouble here. This, unfortunately, unlike the previous circuit where we could at least utilise some of our grip on the tarmac, we are fully off-road here. So we're not going to be able to do that. The only plus point is we are all-wheel drive. This circuit has got a little bit more in the way of acceleration zones, perhaps. Sort of low-speed acceleration zones to catch out that TVR. I don't think I'm going to be able to match the top two here because of the tyre difference. The Monaro doesn't look like the easiest thing in the world to drive, but well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I like this circuit. It's a fun layout. Okay, can't quite carry that much speed through there. Yeah, this is a fun layout to drive around. I just don't quite have the right car for it. Well, I have the right car to be kind of middle of the road, I think. Monara's actually having a look for the lead. There's a bump between the two of them up ahead. We're going to barrel our way down into the first corner. All is fine. That's not really the gear I wanted to be in. Third gear is fine. Got to remember, diesel in this got a mountain of torque, I mean, over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. It's, you know, if we leave it at a slightly higher gear, that's fine. We will still have more than enough grunt to get the car out of the corner, so we can get away with that. We'll get away with fourth, for example, through here, and it's still gonna pull quite nicely. We've got Blakey back in fourth with the Viper, so that's not doing too badly back there. And the Griffith is not really making its way through the pack, so the tyres are good on that car. Okay, it can get stuck in traffic. That is the way that it can go sometimes in these. You can lose a whole heap of lap time just stuck trying to overtake people. There we go. Third definitely works out of there. TVR is now clear of the traffic, is up into a fourth place. So whether that can chase after me in the remainder of this race is going to be, say, the interesting factor. That will not help my case. Just understeer our way to the outside wall. We can probably make it difficult to be overtaken because here, for example, this is where the TVR won't be great. It'll have more kind of turning bite, but I don't think it'll be able to use its power very easily. Probably leave it in fourth for a lot of that. Try and carry as much speed as there through that section. Is the TVR getting closer? I think so. This is where the battle's going to be. It might be the final lap as well that this happens. Because yeah, it'll turn in, but it won't be able to use its power. Blakey's still sat in fifth with that Viper. Don't know what tyres that thing's running on. We're going to understeer a little bit wide through there, but that's fine. We'll get a decent enough exit. Don't clonk the wall through this section. Do not. I do have rally suspension on my vehicle, knowing Oh, that's a bad line. Knowing kind of what I was aiming for with the build of this one, I wanted to make sure that it was capable enough off-road, and that was an easy thing to do. Here we go, that's fine through there. Okay, TBR is close. It's not close enough to have a look yet, so we're not going to have to be defending. It's going to be a don't make a mistake. A little wide, although we can get sort of a late apex and focus on acceleration up the hill. TBR is still there. Corvette leads has pulled the gap to the Monaro. I mean, they're coming up to lap the Monte Carlo. Let's not forget, that is on slick tyres, so this is really not good for the Chevy out here. Oh, fine. There. It's the fourth gear. Yeah. Where is that TBR? Still too far back. Well, I've got to concentrate on where I'm getting my car turned in through all of this. Oh, there we go. Fine again. Through there. It's still not close enough to be having a look into turn 1. I don't think. You know, it might be now. We're going to have to move across and defend. There is the sheep sound going on. It's late on the brakes. A little bit too late on the brakes perhaps for the Mustang. Yeah, I can put the power down. I know where we're going to be vulnerable. It's going to be that tighter section coming up. Here we should still be okay. I'm just not going to be able to carry the speed into these corners. I just can't get the front to turn in. In fact, we got past the corner before I was expected to. This is where I thought we were going to be in trouble. Because I mean, you can just visibly see how much more speed it can take. My hope is that on the exit it's going to struggle, which it does. I can't. I just cannot carry that speed. Unless there is a big mistake from the TBR, which there isn't. It just finds a way past. We're going to have to settle for another 4th place with the Mustang. I held on. I've really tried to hold on as long as I could there, but there was nothing more. There was nothing more we could do in that one. It looked like a big fight further back. Between a whole host of cars. What was that? Maloo, Corvette, Viper. The RCF ends up in 8th. I mean, lap time wise, a 1,000th of a second between the Maloo and the Corvette. that is not much. That time around, well, to be fair, technically last time around I couldn't get a rally-tired car ahead of the off-road race tyres, but again, I did everything I could in that one. What are we going to win from a wheel spin? Is it something exciting? Hey, you know, I do like the 355, so I'm happy with that. For our final race, we have come to one of the more technical street circuits that we will see. Now, we start quite nicely towards the front. I'm kind of expecting to see the X6 blast its way through the pack. The RCF and the Viper probably going to do their thing, and we're probably, funnily enough, going to sit in 4th. There's no real straights for the powerful Corvette and the likes to really make the most of it. The Griffith, if it can get going, if it doesn't get held up in traffic, it is much lighter than a lot of the cars here. Big tyres, and while they aren't the best compound of tyre for this, it might still be able to make some lap time. We're definitely, I mean, we're already seeing super specialist stuff is kind of working in particular events. Here comes that Monaro with better sort of launch off the line, but it will not carry the same speed that we see from the Mustang. The Viper carries a lot of speed on the way in, but runs a little wide on the exit, so we will retake that position. Come on, let's go chasing down a Corvette here if we can. We are going to be to the outside as we all pop out of ghost mode. I'm going to be stuck along a really long way around there. What have we got behind us? Oh, I forgot about the slick-tyred Raptor. That's a thing as well to deal with. The RCF, everything is getting held up at... Oh dear. We're going to lose out to the Raptor now on the climb. And here comes the BMW. Yeah, I'm trying not to get bullied into a wall, but we do anyway. Monaro has come to join in the fun. We got a little out of shape, stuck on the outside of the Viper. We were kind of wanting to battle. Whoa, well, we saved the Maloo in all of that a little bit because it clipped the wall and we kind of punted it going again. But we lost some time in all of that. Oh, that's going to be too much understeer for me. Maloo's going to get back past again. Right, Corvette continues to lead. Stevie, you're going to want to be careful doing that. You're going to get stuck on a bit of furniture, a bit of scenery. There's a gap for a Mustang to scythe past. The RCF has got a very big wall of metal now between it and the top two. We will carry good momentum though through there. Ewan's fallen back. The Monaro's gone. Oh, we've got rhubarred a little bit. It's fine though, we didn't end up out wide. No harm really done in that. RCF's back to the inside of the Raptor up ahead. Can I... God, the smoke, huge amount of smoke pouring off all of these cars. Longbow's doing a great job with the Corvette there. Longbow is keeping that vehicle in the lead for now. I feel like surely either Gliska's BMW or the Viper is going to find a way past somewhere. In fact, I think the Viper has now done it. Indeed, it looks like it has. I mean, the Raptor's got, so he's got big slick tyres on that, but I think it's still too heavier a vehicle, perhaps quite, to compete here. Like a big squabble going on up at the front. Speed Beast hits the wall. That is all the invitation I need. Thank you very much to get back past again. That is a huge fight. I mean, we're not going to sneak a victory in this one, but we might be able to pick up the pieces if anything does happen. We've got a couple of laps to go now as the Corvette leads. I'm surprised the Corvette has been able to hold on for as long as it has. Longbow doing a great job keeping that one out in front. We run a little bit too deep on the way in there. There is plumes of smoke pouring off everything up there. That, I think, is a little bit of lag going on, possibly. Oh, and Longbow's hit the inside bollard. Oh, no. I said it before, and I'll say it again. We're going to see that a lot around this track. It's so easy to do, especially in these big groups of cars. And Longbow was doing an amazing job holding on with that, but that's just the tiniest mistake. And he's going to drop it down. He's in 6th at the moment. Rusky's caught up, actually, with that Monte Carlo. We might well come under threat by the end of this lap. I'm hoping we can carry enough corner speed here that we can keep the Mustang ahead. But it's going to be difficult. It is going to be difficult. I'm not sure I've got quite the line through this section right. Definitely not. That's not going to help my case. We know where we're going to be vulnerable. Not here though. This bit we should be good at. I didn't really want to run too wide. I didn't want to give the Corvette an option. And in fact, what's helping me is the Ford. Fords are helping each other. Yes, nicely done, Raptor. It put itself in a place that made it awkward, and it might even be in a place to have a go at the final corner. We will round here. Oh, okay, a bit too quick. But indeed, the Raptor does do the job. It may well hold on. We tried to carry too much speed in that final turn. That was a little bit goofy by me. It's another fall. I think we finished 4th everywhere. Apart from perhaps that first race where we got 3rd. What are the lap times like? Yeah, we weren't that far down on the BMW. I think that was in traffic. I think there's quite a lot of traffic going on. Yeah, Rusky may have missed a checkpoint because that Monte Carlo was quick. Or may have hit the inside wall. Ah, the Viper's on rally tyres. That's interesting. That is interesting. That thing was running... I think it was running quickly... Maybe it's rear-wheel drive, so it's running quickly on the tarmac. But off-road, while it was a little better, it wasn't quite... Yeah, there is a lot more permutations, shall we say, in this. With the style of... Well, when we can do adventures, the style of the adventures that I would be running... Going to make it very difficult to build a car. I think you're going to have to kind of specialise a little bit. Because, yeah, we saw the BMW be very quick in places, the Corvette was quick in places, but there was nothing that dominated absolutely everywhere. The Viper was quick, but didn't always work. I was very consistent in 4th place, which is good points, but not winning races. And there was none of those tracks would have been... I like that one. None of those tracks would have really ever had my car as the fastest. So, yeah, it's going to be curious how vehicles are built. But there we go. You can put diesels in silly cars and have them go racing. It's good fun. And the tyres really are going to make some curveballs in terms of how you build vehicles. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.